What is up, everybody? John here with Motivation Theory Running. How is everyone doing this afternoon? Evening. Kurt said it was bad timing. He had just got home and he was stepping out the door for a run. We're going to miss you, man. But have a good run, good safe run. Vegetables go off. Says YouTube Premium you can lock your phone and keep listening if you have money to throw away. Premium. Exactly. Let's lock the phone. Listen to me the whole time. It's gonna be riveting. Like always. Coffee today. Got coffee this. I'm tired today. I think it's all the running. All this late night running. Get to hear it too. So how is everyone? This Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Monday, but it's Tuesday. Had a great week last week. Last week was the first week after the 50K on the treadmill. Had a decent week. I think I hit 20-ish miles. Had some good runs. Towards the end of the week I did, I think the Friday and Saturday I did some progression runs, which I was just working on some speed a little bit. Feeling really good now. I feel strong after that 50K. So fitness is coming along, and last night I ran 10 miles and I felt great. My legs are tired today. I'm feeling tired after those 2 progression runs. I had a day rest in between them, so I don't know. Feeling good though. Feeling good. Weight's coming down. 27 pounds lost, and this week I'm going to try to hang with the big dogs up at the top of the MTRC run club here. Go over and take a look. See if I can go take a look at what we got here. Sorry, I'm working all these things. Too much to work in the background. So, Tech for Your Needs says, hello folks, what's going on, man? How are you? Jacob Jonker says, almost bedtime here in South Africa. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how the world works. Didn't you say that you could not get any of the end of the Lapatettes? That's weird to me. Are they not selling it like within the country? Are they not making them available for people? I meant to ask you that last time, the last stream you told me that. Tech for Your Needs says Taco Tuesday. Yes, it's always Taco Tuesday, especially during the pandemic. Joshua Payne said, yo, John, getting an afternoon walk in after the lunch run. Glad to finally get to tune into a live stream. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're here. I would love to be able to go down the list of people that are in the chat, but it never allows me to actually see who's in the chat. I can only see if someone's chat. So if you're here, say hello in the chat if you want. I'm not ignoring you. I just can never click on, for some reason, YouTube will not let me at people in the chat, and it will not let me look at the list of the participants. I cannot see them, and I can't type at. I know in mobile you can't, but in the desktop I can't type at and at someone. I don't understand why. 7 a.m. Wednesday here in Australia. Future. I know you guys are tired of that joke, but future. I have a little bit of what am I? I'm going over. So let me start over. So in this chat, I want to go over some of my favorite running channels. I don't consume a ton. I don't really have a ton of time because I'm either working out, being a father, husband, or creating content, planning for content, researching for content. It eats up a lot of time. It's like a full-time job beyond my full-time job. So I do try to consume as much as I can because there's a lot of folks that are just really talented and I don't get to consume enough. But I'm gonna be going through a list of maybe like 8-ish websites. I'm not gonna go through the whole website. I'm just gonna go through them. So if you haven't heard of them, it'd be good for you. Sorry, I'm seeing some issues with YouTube. You guys getting any buffering out there? Hopefully you're not getting any buffering because I don't know how to fix it right now. I don't want to go jacking with the stuff, but I'll throw the if you guys are not part of the Motivation Theory Run Club, this is it right here. This is our folks, keeps track of who won last week. We even got the one and only Kofuzi out here. I went hard last night, but since I run late, I always show up in the morning and everybody passes me. So I think I was second this morning, then everybody passed me, and then I'll run tonight, and hopefully if I get some time. If you're not part of the Motivation Theory Run Club, actually on Strava, and you're not, you please go join. And I know not everyone's a runner, but not everyone uses Strava. Strava is also free. You can use Strava free. I pay for a premium service on this. Some people do, some people don't. I'm still weighing in on whether or not it's worth it or not, but you can join free. It's free to join the club also, so feel free to do that. All right, let me check, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Can everyone let me know if you're getting buffering and if you're hearing this and seeing it okay? Because I'm getting some messages from YouTube and I just want to confirm that we're good. We're good to go. Says the stream is healthy. That's good. Okay. That's good. Shut that one down. Shut that one down. So, hopefully we still got some of you in here. I'm not getting any responses. Smooth. Okay, good. Good. Thank you. So what I'm going to do right now is kind of quickly go through some of the websites. If you guys want to let me know what your favorite running channels are, and if we have time, we could try to open them up. There's some sounds above me. What's going on? And hopefully we can take a look at them. Jacob says it's fine. Oh, so Jack says it's fine for him. Vegetable go off. It's fine for you, Jacob. You do get most of the big brand shoes there. You know, there's a lot of Mizunos that we can't get within the country that kind of annoy me. That there's some trail shoes, because Mizuno had some really good trail shoes for years ago that I could not get, and I think they still have them, but I can't get here unless you get somebody over there to buy them and ship them to you, which is upsetting because Mizunos are my favorite shoe, at least to date. I'm trying out a lot more shoes. As you can see, the shoe library is growing day by day. Got my wife and subsequently my daughter. So let me tell you a quick story. So I ordered my wife the Hoka Bondi 6s, and I ordered them, and then probably within 6 hours I went to go look, because I saw, for some reason, I should know this, that the women's standard size is a B in width, men's is a D, I believe. I saw that, my mind got confused, and I was like, oh crap, I need to go check her shoe. It looks like it's super narrow. Well, that's super narrow for men's, a B is. Went and checked, saw her size, and inadvertently ordered the size below her size, and called Running Warehouse. They said it's already on the truck, so I had to order another pair. They shipped it from California instead of Georgia to Virginia. Didn't get here in time. Got here on Monday, unfortunately, even though it was overnighted on Thursday. So my 17-year-old tried on the Bondis and loved them. So now I purchased 2 pair. for for the wife and the daughter, but they love them so far. I'm probably going to be doing a review with them. They're going to let me know how they like this shoe. My wife is just getting into walking again and a walking to run program, and my 17-year-old is full on running like 3 miles a day in them. So I want to do a review because I do get a lot of questions from women, from moms and older women who will say what's a good supportive shoe, and we'll do a review. So the first site, let me go get it loaded up. I'm getting fancy today with showing this stuff. All right, see if I can do this again. All right, there we go. Well, that's not my favorite one. Well, that is my favorite one, but that's all your favorite ones, right? Is that what you guys are all going to vote for? I was hoping that would be it. No. First one is Journey Films. Bondi rather than Bondi. Is that, am I saying it wrong? Bondi? Bondi? Is that a Australian thing? Yeah, we're going to have some different pronunciations and stuff. We watch Bluey, just so you know. We watch Bluey all the time. It's the best show on earth for my daughter, and we love the accent. Not everybody in the world loves an Australian accent, but we watch that show on loop. Boo Miles, super cinematic. Yes. He's one of my favorites, so he's on this list. Hey, Goku Runner, what's going on, man? So I'm going to go through some of the list. And you're on there too, buddy. You're on there too. You're number one in my heart. So Journey Films is a site. Bondi Beach. Okay, so I'll try to say it correctly. Bondi. It sounds like bonsai to me, and that reminds me of Karate Kid. Anyways. I'm going to drive you crazy by saying that incorrectly. I used to say Hoka 11 too. Does anybody say Hoka 11? And not one. That sounded goofy to me to ever say one. Okay, so Journey Films. Many years ago, I watched a film called Unbreakable, Western States 100, and it was an awesome flick. It's kind of a documentary style movie, documentary following several runners, 4 runners, and I just fell in love with this guy, how he films these running documentaries. And so when I first started my channel, like in my mind's eye, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to start filming, and I think I've told you guys before, I wanted to start filming documentary style, running centered type films, short films, centered around myself and my journey. And so skill level was here, and my expectations are here. So I'm still trying to get to the point where I can do one, and I probably need to start really short and then transition to longer. But anyways, Journey Films, if you haven't checked them out, this gentleman did them for a long time. He paid out of his pocket and followed people around. I think he's still kind of doing them part-time. He's been doing some live rebroadcasts and re-releases of some of the films he did on his channel, and they're amazing. So if you don't know of them, go check them. And there are some amazing movies out here. I think the first one I ever saw was the Ultra Marathon Man, the 50 marathons in 50 states, the Dean Karnassus one. And then if you go look Unbreakable, I paid money for this film. I actually probably paid like $30 for the actual DVD, and he released it on, and like 6 years ago I paid for it. So if I were you, I would go to this channel, consume all of this if you have not. It's a Journey Film. Jacob Junger says, I watch SJD, Kofuzi, and VO2 Max production, but haven't watched that much YouTube lately. Yeah, well, those are all great folks. Those are all people I watch too, and they're on this list. So it's hard. I appreciate that. So as somebody who struggles with time, I really appreciate everyone who spends time to watch my videos, like them, comment on them. It really means a lot to me because I spend a ton of time. You guys would be shocked at the amount of time creators spend. I guarantee you I spend upwards of 40 hours a week just on this channel. whether or not it's going through all my metrics and everything just surrounding the channel, answering emails, trying to set up business side of it, creating content, planning content. It's editing. It's a lot. It really is a lot, and it's extremely time consuming. Billy Yang, Frank, you guys are getting out ahead of me. Billy Yang. So my second person on this list is the Ginger Runner. I think this was the first content creator, another person who's an amazing filmmaker. If you don't know of him, and I don't know how you could be a running content consumer and not know of this person, but the Ginger Runner is a fantastic channel. Again, I think I've told the story. I think Goku Runner and Ginger Runner, probably the first two, besides Journey Films, but they're not really a running channel. They're just somebody who does the running films. Goku is a running channel, and the Ginger Runner is a running channel. He also runs, so that's the differentiating factor between them and Journey Films. So this is somebody that I found very, very early on in my YouTube journey, and a great channel. So if you're not aware of them, please go check him out. And I think you all know of the next one, Kofuzi, and he is part of the Motivation Theory Run Club, and he is out there. So I won't put his name out there, but he's in there if you want to go check him out. He's a phenomenal runner. Love his personality. He filmmaker and songwriter, apparently. Yeah. Misses films, absolutely. Where I find a lot of commonalities between like Seth, James DeMoor, and Kofuzi is we all kind of started the same. Kind of started as family vloggers, family-based channel, and kind of evolved into just niching down on YouTube. We all did it with, I think, the mindset of let's see what we can do with this channel. And the more we learned about YouTube, we started realizing that kind of the family channel stuff started to kind of go down. And I love doing it regardless, just for the memories. But when you're trying to build a business and trying to build a channel, sometimes you can't just, what you want to do is not always going to be what works. And what I would love to do is just do whatever I want all the time, and that everyone just love it. But that's just not the way that it works. That's not the way YouTube feeds content to people. So I'm still dealing with the repercussions of that and the growth of this channel, having a lot of mixed content. And but I've niched down to running content, motivation type content, so that YouTube knows who my audience is supposed to be, and it will feed my videos to them. But Kofuzi is amazing. I think he does a great job. He seems like a very humble guy, a very nice guy, very down-to-earth guy. He's grown very quickly on YouTube, and he's still at that stage where I think he is very appreciative of the audience that he has, and that's one of the things I really like about him. He doesn't take it for granted yet. He's really, I think, still in that excited stage of, I can't believe my channel is this size right now. He does a really good job of creating content every single day, and he's going live twice a day. And the reason I chose 5 o'clock Eastern time for me is it's an hour, it's the next hour after him. He live broadcasts, I think, at 4 every single day. He does a morning one, but I'm not getting up that early to watch that one. I haven't caught the morning one yet. But he's streaming, I think, twice a day. It's crazy. But another great channel, Kofuzi. Check him out. Goku Runner says he was such a small channel when he first commented on my channels and then blew up big. Yeah, it was the same thing. I got comments from him, and like Seth James. I mean, like, I have comments on my channel from when Seth was smaller than my channel, like just saying, hey, it's awesome to find another running channel. Great job, and blah, blah, blah. And then I think not too long after that, I mean, him and Kofuzi, I think, kind of blew up at the same time. It's when they all really started to kind of focus in on like shoe reviews, because I mean, honestly, there's a couple things you can do on YouTube. You can be personality driven, where people are just really like your personality and they'll follow you no matter what you talk about and what you do, and that's hard to build. There are some folks that are still doing it. That's part of the old school YouTube. And I think some of those people have kind of made their way through time and are still successful with that. You have to provide value to people. So if someone's going to give you your time, that's why why I might not always do the best of it. I always try to provide some sort of value to the folks who are spending time, because again, the most valuable thing someone can give you is their time. So for you all to give me 5 to 7 minutes of your time daily, if I have a video or more, I'm super appreciative of that. I don't want to waste people's time. So it's about providing value, and I think that's why everyone started going to the shoe reviews, is because runners, what's the number one thing runners care about? Shoes. And I think that's where the success lies, and just trying to not do that just for the simple fact of growth, but it's just part of providing value. If your running channel is not only helping provide how-tos, tips for training, tips for preventing injuries, tips for running programs, but also equipment and letting other people step forward first and maybe buy that stuff, get that stuff, try it out, and then review it for folks so they don't waste money, because shoes are expensive. And I'm just like you guys. I don't like to buy shoes and waste money on stuff I don't like. So it's nice that I do have some folks that will send me shoes to review, and that helps a lot with content. But yes, Kofuzi and Seth were very small channels, and they've done very well. That leads me to Seth James DeMoor. Seth is, I went back. I was not following his channel when he was a smaller. He got on my radar probably, 5 or 6 months ago. And he's grown a lot since then, but I went back and I spent a couple hours watching his old videos, and kind of seeing how he progressed. I did the same thing with Kofuzi. I'm very methodical when it comes to how people do certain things. I spend a lot of time seeing the method and how people progress through things. If you look at like Roberto Blake and people like that, you can go back and watch their earlier videos, and you can see where they start to learn. I went back and watched Kofuzi and his videos, and I watched Seth, and I saw probably the 2 months before they started blowing up to the time they started to blow up, and I could almost read their mind by how their content. Being a content creator for almost 6 years, I could see it. I know that they were thinking. I could see what they were doing. So it's super interesting to me. You all might not care if you're not a content creator, but I find it super interesting to see when the light bulbs start to go off and what people are doing. Seth does a really good job. He has really turned this into a business. He treats it very professionally. He's very informative. He's a super talented runner. And I respect his thoughts on things. He seems like a really nice guy. I think his shoe reviews are very good for folks that are probably closer to his frame size. And I think Goku Runner could probably back me up here. Being a larger runner, being someone who's 213, almost 6'1". Even my lightest, I'm 190. I mean, that's pencil thin. I'm not a 120 runner. I think shoes are different when you're 120 pounds, 130 pounds. Somebody who runs a 5-minute mile, they react different to those people. So it's nice to be able to provide shoe reviews and things like that for people that are of various sizes, because again, you can't just go off with someone who's a completely different body type, who's a D1 runner and a phenomenally talented runner. So it's good to have people that are all over the spectrum, that can kind of give you feedback, and you can kind of take what you want from the information they give you. Goku Runner says, I think reviews definitely should be a part of any running channel, especially at the beginning, to get that watch time. So many go to YouTube just for reviews and how-to videos. Absolutely. I mean, it's really... Oh, I skipped over Frank. Frank says, there isn't really a runner meme channel so far. Those meme things are the ones that go viral. Jamie's probably the closest. Yeah, I think, there's a lot. And then, people are always like, well, YouTube's too crowded. There's a lot of ideas out there that people can do. If you niche down and really concentrate on one area and fulfill a kind of a market that isn't being fulfilled, you can do well. And if you want to do that, I mean, there's a lot of room out there for people to find ideas and let them take off. Chris says, for sure. Jacob says, also, I actually enjoy Ben Park's channel. He's such a pleasant guy to watch. Yeah, I pulled some of the ones I watch consistently, but there's probably a group of 20, and I just couldn't go through all of them, that I really like to watch. Like, Goku Runner and the chat. And there's a lot, and I don't remember the names of them, but there's a couple that are in my subscription feed that I watch all the time. There are other kind of smaller channels that are really good, and I like to see the people that are like triathletes. I like to see how different people train. That's always interesting to me, people's approach to training. So I like kind of consuming a diverse amount of channels and the types of people that are on them. It's just interesting to me. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody here. So that's Seth. We'll go on to the next one. Gary Robbins. So if you don't know Gary Robbins, he is a beast. He did a 100-mile run on the treadmill. I think the week before I did mine, my 50K, which sounds like nothing compared to him, but he's famous for running the Barkley, where he almost finished, and I think he got lost on his last lap and kind of took a wrong turn and kind of ended up getting there just after the horn went off, but he got off track, came from the wrong way in the trail. Like, it was like a super heartbreaking thing. Like, he is a beast. I mean, he is so talented. Super talented runner. I think he's done really well in a bunch of races, but he just recently did a treadmill run. And this is funny. So I watched a lot of his 24-hour, actually 25-hour, 100-mile run on the treadmill to raise money. And to hear him complain and saying, I'll never do it again, I was like, oh. Even though I had run 30 miles twice before on a treadmill many years ago, it took the wind out of my sails. I was actually kind of intimidated again, going, wow, I've listened to him complain. But again, I spent 7.5 hours on a treadmill. He spent 25, but like, I wanted to spend 24. Like, that's a legit thought in my mind. And then seeing him battle through that, and like, there's part of me that wants to do it just to measure myself against him, because I consider myself a pretty tough individual, especially mentally. And but it was one of those things that was kind of intimidating to see him struggle. It is a mental thing. It is not fun. Physically, I could go out and run 50 miles plus outside. Was it going to be easy? No, but the mental side is not that bad. The treadmill is just a mental, I can't say the word. Catch up on the chat here. Frank says, I don't usually click on the Nick Simmons race me for $100 things. I've never seen that. I'll probably see it now. I just said it out loud so Google and we'll hear it, tell YouTube, and it'll probably be in my suggested videos here. Frank also said the Barkley doc is great. Yeah, there's a lot. Hey D9, what's going on, man? Sorry, just saw that. There's another streaming maniac that all I ever do is see you streaming, man. You must be on like 20 of the 24 hours a day. You didn't know about Gary's channel? Yeah, this guy's a beast. He doesn't have a big channel. He's grown a couple thousand subscribers since he did his 100-mile race. I think he kind of had a dead channel before. He didn't really spend much time. As you can see, he hasn't spent much time on his channel. But he's a phenomenal runner, so I would look him up. There's a lot of documentaries. I think he's in the documentary that Ginger Runner did called Where Dreams Go to Die, Barkley, Where Dreams Go to Die. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. And he's the one in it. And then I think he took a year off or came back another year and didn't finish. And then he was supposed to go back to Barkley this year, but it was canceled. He trained really, really hard with Jamil of Run Steep, Get High. Vegetable goes off, said 24 hours on a treadmill. Yeah, that's an effing challenge. Yeah, I think I'd love to do it. My wife would probably kill me if I did it on the treadmill. I don't know if the treadmill would last. Yeah, it sounds like I'm making an excuse, but I don't know if the treadmill would last. I was really worried about this last time. Just 12 hours. I didn't buy. I don't have a $7,000 treadmill that's meant to be used by a billion people. I don't want to break it. I don't get in trouble. All right, so this brings me to the next one. Run Steep, Get High. He trained a lot with Gary. If you go to his channel, this channel here, Jamil or Jamal, I think it's Jamil is his name. He trained a lot, and they went out. Him and Gary had gone out to Barkley and were doing a lot of training runs, and these guys were going to kill it. I really think this was the year Gary would have finished it. But these guys were running. They did like 4 days or 3 or 4 full days of training out in the mountains around that race. So, Vegetable says the same. Goku, I need to get a sponsor for it. I do need to get a sponsor. So, if there are any sponsors for treadmills out there, I would love it because I spent a lot of time on a treadmill, and I would love that. That'd be great. Tropical, who came here from the vid where you pulled out your daughter's tooth? Oh, crying out loud. That video is so old. That was back when I was doing family vlog, and I did a little research looking for why that video just started to blow up. So welcome, Tropical. Why that video started to blow up is because people started Googling how to pull out your teeth. And I think it's because people can't go to the dentist right now. And so people were literally legit looking up how to pull out teeth. And they're going to YouTube on how to do it. Because I could see the search terms like how to pull out teeth. And so they were clicking on that video. So it made that video start just blow up after like 4 years, something like that. It's crazy. Frank said Jam Jam gives a really good perspective as a race director as well. Absolutely. It's a way to bring me back on track. So yeah, he does a podcast and he does a video where he's a race director. And he talks about all the behind the scenes stuff about being a race director. And that's actually where I did a video recently that kind of talked about taking it easy on the race directors with all these cancellations and stuff like that. And that's kind of where I formulated that. You know what? It gave me another perspective of, it's always kind of this faceless when you're in a race. I mean, most of us, especially the ones I'm in, I know the race director, who they are if I saw them. But during this time, I wouldn't want to be a race director. It's got to be brutal right now. There's just no good decision. It's not going to make anybody happy. No matter what you do, someone's going to be upset. But he does a good job of just kind of talking about all that. It's a great podcast, and I wish I could remember what the podcast name is. It's one of those channels. He doesn't post a ton, but it's like every once in a while he'll post a video and I'll watch it. He did the helipad marathon. He ran on a helipad for, was that 50 miles? I think it was 50, maybe 100, something ridiculous like that, just around a helipad. You can see that video right here. So if you get time to watch, you don't want to watch that whole thing, but it's very interesting. But he's got a lot of really good videos on here. And everyone knows Billy Yang. I've actually occasionally will get comments that will post some video where they'll say, not enough Billy Yang in my in my videos. There's only one Billy Yang. I love, as you can probably see, I love documentaries. I love well put together stories. And this is because this is personally something I want to get a lot better at, is telling stories and providing that type of content for running. I just find it super interesting. I love getting on here and talking to people. I love adding the human side of all of this and letting you know I don't try to pretend that I'm an elite runner. I am who I am. I think I appeal to people who find me interesting, but I'm honest and I'm transparent when it comes to my training, my current fitness, and I don't try to be something I'm not. And I like that side of these stories, and you get to see these people, and it's interesting to me. So that's why I like Billy Yang. That's why I like Ginger Runner and Journey Films and all the folks who do that well. And some of these people are really lucky. They have really talented filmmakers they're friends with, and they'll follow them and shoot their movie or their documentary and post it for them. It's very interesting. So if you don't know Billy Yang Films, and I don't know anybody out there who doesn't, but you need to check them out because there's a lot of you get lost on this channel for a long time. Frank said, "Oh yeah, Frank. Thank you, Frank. You're pulling me in. I need you producing this because I need someone to help me." It was a straight marathon. Now you say that it was a marathon, and it was a ridiculous amount of laps he did on that. But because he's a race director, he had the chip. It was keeping track of his laps and stuff like that. And I would have done that. And so when I did the treadmill 50K, I was like, I would love to do that here so that I could do something to I could go out and run and you guys could keep track. And I'm like, well, that's kind of boring. Who's going to, not that me running on the treadmill isn't boring, but I settled on running the treadmill. Arlene M. Hey, welcome to the stream. Oh, Goku Runner says Nick Bear is bringing a ton of people to running through his channel. Bodybuilder who did an Ironman, now training for a BQ. Yeah, it's amazing. So, I mean, you've been around here through the running content on YouTube for years, so you've kind of seen the growth. It's a different world than it was 5-6 years ago. So it's good. I mean, I think it's good that people are bringing more attention to running. Not only running, but then ultra running and things like that. I think it's interesting. I like that. Arlene M, welcome. Jamil has a bunch of virtuals through the summer Insomniac series. Yeah, one thing about this pandemic, as bad as it was and as horrible as it's affected some people, it has, caused a lot of innovativeness when it comes to certain things. And I think we talked about that before, how it's going to change races, what a race is going to look like. But I think it's also changed, what's available to people, and doing a lot of these virtual races. I did a virtual race. I did one through the run club that hosts the ATR 24, the 24-hour race, and all the series. They did it, and my 50K counted towards that. So I submitted the proof and Strava and all that stuff, and I'm gonna get a T-shirt and stuff. I actually won like the hamster award, whatever, something like that. So I think it's interesting. So yeah, I mean, if you're a company and your job is to provide services for races, and races aren't going on, it's got to be tough. So everyone's thinking of some new ways to make money, and I can't blame them. People like getting medals, as long as they're providing the medals and the bling after the races and shirts and stuff like that. It is what it is, but I think it'll just make it that much sweeter when we can all get together again and do races. Goku Runner says, LOL, yep, I need a cameraman to follow me around. Yeah. I would love that. I know a lot of people in that field. I would love to have them come follow me around and shoot it, edit it, script it out after it's done, and make a nice story for me. I think it would be great, but it's hard for me. Every time I've gone to run an ultra, I did the 24-hour race a couple years ago, and I filmed it. And that was going to be the one that I was going to kind of do the documentary style. And it got to the point where there was just so much going on in my life that I didn't have time to sit down and edit it. So I ended up just editing it like a vlog. It's a good video. You guys can search for it. It's a 24-hour trail race or something on my channel. It's interesting, but I really wanted to kind of I had a bunch of behind the scenes stuff where I talked and, like you would in like an interview and stuff like that. And it just ended up not panning out. I just cut it like a vlog and moved on with my day. It was a lot of work, because those things are a lot of work. I mean, I've talked to some of the people who've done some of this, and some of those take years through the interviews and all the stuff that they're gathering and pulling in and editing, and then after you edit it, you kind of re-script the storyline, and it's a lot of things happen. And I learned that with the Unbreakable Western States 100, like the one with the old guy, what's his name, that started the Western, but didn't start the Western. Did he start it? First one to run it. Somebody will pull the name for me. That was like an afterthought. Like, that wasn't originally filmed. They went back and did that, and like, I can't even imagine him not being in the movie now. But when the guy at Journey Films live broadcasted, he was in the chat and was talking. So I learned a lot about one of my favorite movies of all time. It's great. Next one for all you Aussies out there. Bo Miles. This guy is phenomenal. He's not a running channel, but this is one of those people, I tell you, that I would watch him do anything. And his channel shows that I'm not the only one. Gordy, that's right. Thank you. I couldn't pull the name. So Gordy, I couldn't imagine him being in that movie, but he wasn't originally supposed to be in the movie. He wasn't. Ainsley, that's right. So he was the first one to run it back when it was a horse race, and kind of proved that you could do the 100-miler. So he's like the grandfather of ultra running, modern trail running. But originally he wasn't supposed to be in it. I just can't imagine that. That's crazy. So Bo Miles, this guy, I found him through some of his running stuff, and this guy is just so interesting. I mean, if I could sit down with for an hour and talk to someone, this would be this guy would be top 5, because I just find him interesting. He is just, I don't even know how to explain him, but he does all kinds of things. He comes up with these great ideas, and he shows you the full process. And any of you guys from Australia, I don't know if he's a thing there, if you guys know about him or not. I mean, he's a decent sized channel now. He's got 140,000. He's grown a lot over the last year, but he's done some really cool stuff where he kayaks across the water around Africa. He did a mile an hour run here. I've watched all of these. He did one where he commuted by kayak to work through one, and it took him forever. There's one where he did the beans. He did 40 days on beans, literally nothing but beans. So it's a whole documentary of him eating beans, literally nothing but beans. And when I say there is nothing else, he eats beans. And he measured his body weight out, and then he divided up how many cans he would eat a day, and then he did that. And but he tells a story, and he's just a very interesting person. So if you get time, I would definitely recommend. He is funny. I think, is it me? It may not be me. Like, I almost find all Australians funny. Like, it's almost kind of the British Irish humor. Like it's, to me, Americans love it. I could tell you that right now. Everything sounds interesting. He's funny. He's probably a funny person. It's not just because he's Australian, but he's super smart and he's super funny, and he is very good at telling a story and cutting together a short film. So you got the full package in this guy. So check him out, and all of these videos here are really good. I've watched pretty much everything on his channel, and he's one of the people I wish he made more content, but because of the quality and what he does and how long he takes to shoot things, like this one he shot for 40 days just doing that one video. So I know why it takes so long for him to do this stuff. Makes me very envious of how interesting and awesome this guy is. So is he a thing? Vegetable Goes Off, like, is he a big YouTuber down there? Is he known for like other things? Because it'll show him going on the news and stuff down there. So he's like a thing? I mean, to me, he's just a really talented YouTuber, but I do see that he goes on the news and stuff like that, because he had that cut into his last video where he's eating beans the whole time. I think that was the last one. And there's a million. I mean, I probably have more. So I just want to kind of go through some of the channels that I find super interesting. And let me go back in here. So, very high quality, almost Netflix where it is. And, you know, I don't use that lightly. Like, it's super high quality the way he edits and tells his stories. And honestly, that 140,000, I mean, I think if he did more, I think he'll hit 1 million subscribers probably within a year or two. I mean, he's going to be a big YouTuber. So you don't watch the news, can't say. That's good. And also, let me go in here. Try to do 10 things at once. I throw my man up here. There we go. Sorry guys, wasn't talking there. A little dead air. A little Goku runner there. Someone who's been doing this a long time. He's been working at this craft for a long time too. Puts out lots of content. So, and he's also someone who is honest about his training. And if you've been part of the stream before, you know he's not one of the 120 pounders either. He's in the big guy club with me. Great guy, great content. So go check him out. I didn't want to leave you off there. I want to make sure. He's definitely. How long have you been doing your channel now? Did you start before I did? I was like January 2015. I remember you. I don't know why, but I remember you right around then too. And the same goes with West Virginia Don. He's had a running channel. Well, thanks. You're welcome. More content. He's steady cranking stuff out too. So check him out. All right. Hey, modern day tech. What's going on? You just missed it. We just went through all the running content. That's it. So what I want to kind of do is talk about like what my favorite channels are, and I think I really touched on the Big Guy Club. That's right. 2012. Wow. Doing it for a while. Yeah, the Big Guy Club. Yeah, that's a thing. That's why I went on Strava. I want them to be able to put like a symbol, like if you want to be labeled, so, if Big Guy runs a 9:30 and you're next to somebody's 120 running an 8, like they should need to do it like golf where they can kind of handicap it. Really crappy videos. Goku Runner says really crappy videos though at the beginning. It is. I mean, it is what it is. I have I was going to say some pretty crappy videos, but I don't think about it. Like, the differences between folks that have been doing this a long time is a lot of us didn't come in with the skill level that is where we are now. And so we got to basically hone our craft in front of people. And I take that for what it is. Like, it's funny, is there'll be people that will come to me now, and I think my content's pretty decent now. Is it where I want it to be? No, it's not completely where I want it to be, but people will come in through some of my family vlog videos from 5 years ago that are just cringy, and I'm like, oh. Or they'll comment on this, like, oh, this is really great, good luck. And I'm like, I don't do that anymore, and that was 5 years ago. Please come watch some of my new stuff. The Clydesdales, that's right, Frank. Monitor Tech is always late to the game. It's all right, man. We're here. We're going to be here. We'll be here for another 15 minutes or so. I appreciate you coming through, though. Being one of the Patreons of the channel, helping keep the lights on. Mickey Handel says, I'm in the Big Guy Club. I just chug along. That's right. Oh, man. That reminds me of when I first started running, and I was trying to explain to my wife why the treadmill was in the garage, and I'm like, I'm not running outside right now. Like, in my mind, I was like, I used to be an athlete, and I can't go outside in my big oversized shirt and just chug down the street. And like, I don't know why that was such a thing for me. And like, I ran in the garage for like 3 months until I could run in 5 minutes, and then I could run a mile, and then I could run 3. When I run 3 miles, I'm like, okay, now I can go outside. I don't have a clue why I was so self-conscious, but that's what when I think about when I see chugging down the road. But I definitely still chug down the road, especially losing this 27 pounds over the last since January. I've definitely had some chugging moments. So welcome to the stream, Mick. I don't know if you were here before. I don't think I saw you comment before, but welcome. Goku Runner says, definitely, I think the bad videos are part of the process. Without the bad, you don't get the good. That's right. Thomas Top said, better late than never. That's right. Thank you, sir. The number one person, I was going through the stats, and Streamlabs will tell you like how long everybody's been on it. It will like rank everybody. I just stumbled across it, and then Thomas was at the top of that. It's amazing. What was I talking about? Oh, so the videos, yeah. So, so if you go look at people like Nick Nimmin, and if you guys aren't familiar with these, are people that are kind of like YouTube gurus, Nick Nimmin and like Roberta Blake and stuff like that. Very talented guys, very smart guys. But if you go back and watch their first videos, they're not great. And that's one of the things I love about watching people that you admire now and seeing like the talent level they have now and what they're doing now, and going back years and kind of seeing the progression. Like, I think people they make the mistake of thinking well, you're just a natural on camera. You're just good at doing this. That's why you're doing better. And it's like, no, I've spent almost 6 years honing a craft. I work almost as much as I do a full-time job on trying to get better, learning the equipment, buying lights, buying cameras, buying editing software, upgrading editing software, just getting better at talking to the camera. Even with my acting background, it didn't really help me here. Like, I was still really awkward when I turned the camera on the first couple times because I was trying to be other people. There was other YouTubers I watched, and I thought I was going to try to be funny, but like their style of funny, not my own style of smartassery. So, it is what it is. Everyone's learning. That's why I wanted to spend a lot of time trying to help other YouTubers stand up their channels. That's why I thought I really wanted to do that, because I want people to feel good and feel worthy of doing this, because anybody can do it. Anybody can start a channel and find a niche and provide value to folks. And I want people to kind of feel motivated and feel that self-worth that they can do that. But now I want to do that for runners. I want people who don't think of themselves as a runner to start running, to understand that it doesn't matter what your size is, what color you are, what gender you are, any of that stuff. You can become a runner, even if you don't look like what you think a runner looks like. I can tell you, I run the Marine Corps Marathon a ton, and I pass people or have people pass me that you would never know they were runners. I would never accuse them of being a runner, but I have people passing me in the Marine Corps Marathon, and I'm just like, Nice. Like, it's awesome to me. Like, it just validates that thought that anybody can be a runner, and there's no what one thing a runner looks like. Yeah, if you're an elite marathoner, there's probably going to be a certain look, but even then, it's not even fixed then. But anybody can be a runner. You don't have to be an elite. You don't have to have that standard look. I talked a lot about that. So is there any channels that I missed from running? So I know a lot of people consume the running content out there. Is there any channels that I missed you guys want to share with the group? I don't know if it'll let you post the link, but it'll probably flag it and not allow it. I might be able to allow it. If you guys know, if you can try. Hopefully the Streamlab bot won't try to flag somebody. I think I identified a lot of the major ones. There's a lot of them out there if you start searching, but there's a lot of really good tips and content out there right now, and it's growing. I'm constantly finding other runners, and how I do it is that when I'm doing a research for my videos and for my tags and titles and stuff like that, that's where I end up finding people. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people out here. Oh, what else do I want to say? Oh, I got the, hold on one second. I got the, check it out. Oh, I'm sore. So I got the new Brooks Adrenaline 20s, and I have not run in them yet. But these things, I don't know, is it me? But I like those. I don't know why, but I really do like those. And I've been running here recently in the Brooks Adrenaline 19s, and from what I've heard, I'm going to do a review on these, is these are pretty much the same shoe. There are some changes. It looks like the outsole is pretty much the same. The uppers are different. The 20 is lighter. They made the 20 a little lighter in the upper on this. But that's kind of like that. There's a lot of versions of this Brooks shoe, but I don't know. It looks like one I wouldn't like, but I do like it. But I do love this Brooks. This 19 is a good shoe, and I got it, I think, running on Brooks' website. It was like $84. It was on sale quite a bit off, so Goku Runner says, see John run. Well, that's also me. The Wild Ginger Runner, yes, Arlene, very good. Yes, Wild Ginger Runner, she has a phenomenal channel, great interviews. So definitely that's somebody you guys want to check out. See John run, and I'm pretty sure he knows that that's me. So again, back at the beginning of this channel, I decided to split the channels. I had the Shenanigans, which was my family channel, and then I started See John Run as my running channel, and then it just got to the point where I can't maintain all these channels, and I actually have a couple of other channels that I don't use anymore, but that's a good one. Hopefully you know that that's me. I'm sure you do. Vegetable Goes Off said, Fod Runner has some good shoe reviews. He's not big, but he's tall. Yeah, I think I've watched him. I've pretty much seen a lot of, I would think most of the people doing shoe reviews. Frank says, paint Warren Buffett on them. She is interviewing Camille Herron tomorrow. Awesome. I need to go out to her channel and check out. I've seen probably 4 or 5 of her interviews, and she does a good job. I'm always jealous of the people who live out in like running ultra country where they're around all of these people, like live in the same towns and stuff like that. It makes it really easy, and these people are accessible to them. So anyways, the Brooks are going to be coming out. We're going to be doing a review on those. Going to do the Bondi. I don't want to offend the Aussies again. So Bondi 6. I'm going to be doing the 50-mile review on the Enda La Patettes. I love that shoe too. I'm not loving it more as I'm running in it, but it definitely some good qualities about it. And I'll probably be doing the 50-mile and the Speedgoat 4s. So now more shoes, it's spread my miles out. But I've been staying off the trails and staying on the treadmill until I get healed up. My foot, I post almost daily the progress of my foot. My foot's probably about 80% right now. I'll start to like get up on my forefoot a little bit running, and then it'll remind me that I'm still a little injured, so I'm kind of heel striking a little more than I probably want to. I can see the foot. So those of you who have the Garmin's or any of the watches, it shows me how much contact time on the ground, And I'm literally like 3% on my right more now. I'm used to be about 50-50. I'm really compensating a lot, so I'm trying to, be cognizant of that. Thomas Top said, also running with Mark and Matt Bertrand, very entertaining and informative. I have to look into that. I don't think I've seen them. I don't think I have. Which is shocking that it doesn't stick out. Goku Runner says, running channels seem to be huge in Europe. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Goku Runner said, they even have a huge running convention where many of the running YouTubers go. I would love that. So if you guys have been part of this channel for a long time, when I used to take my family to Playlist Live, and I've probably been to like 6 Playlist Live. I take my whole family, and it was super expensive to take them, but we would go and I've met all of the big YouTubers, shot videos, been in their vlogs, and been in mine, all on this channel. You can go back and find it if you wanted to. Really interesting. So I would love a running convention with running YouTubers. That'd be amazing. Right down my alley. Sage, yes. Sage it's another good, he is goofy, but he's super informative too. A great content creator. He's definitely probably one of the ones I've followed since the beginning of YouTube, since I've been on YouTube. So he's definitely another one you can, smart. He's also a coach, so qualified, certified, bona fide, smarty when it comes to running. Thank you, Freya. That was a good addition there. Vegetable Goes Off said, dead channel now, but must watch some Flow and Nord videos, cinematic drone shots. I have a drone. I do have a drone. Just so you guys know. I need to start using it. I've probably used it twice, and I bought it like 2 years ago. Thomas Top said they are both Brits, one in Finland, the other in Florida. I'm assuming that's what FL is. That's what it means in the States. I do have a drone. I have a DJI Spark sitting right there that I need to figure out how to use. And the problem is, in the areas we live, we have so many airports and stuff, so many no-fly zones. Like, it's just like a nightmare. And you can't even fly them in state parks, so it's like, well, that's where I run. So where am I going to do this? So I didn't think that one through when I bought it. I had big plans, so hopefully I will be able to use it. But I can't even imagine. So when I see these running channels who go out, like when I see Seth go out, and I know he's got a drone, I know he's carrying cameras, I know how long it's taken him to do what he's doing out there. I know he goes out and films his B-roll at different times and stuff like that. So like when you're seeing the fly over the mountains, that's the same time he's running. All the production, it's all the smoke and mirrors. I know he's doing that, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like when you guys see me running on the trails and you see me running past and going back, like I'm going back 3 and 4 times to get shots in, running past the camera, running back, picking the camera up, running. Like it's a lot of work, and I can only imagine having a drone. There's no way I could carry a drone out there and do all that. Like you'd have to do all your drone shots later, just for the vlog style. Thomas Top said, Sage, the one-man band, he's great though. Arlene says, careful with the foot. I had a fracture last year in my left foot. If it's a stress fracture, it will take a while to heal. Yeah, Arlene, that's the biggest concern I have, is that there is one. There's times that make me think it's not, but the deep of the pain and how I know that you can kind of feel a weakness, and I do kind of feel a weakness like when you have a sprain. It's on the top of the foot to the lateral side. I would say if this is your foot, it's more like over this part of my foot where that little bone kind of protrudes on the outside. It's weird. Some days I don't really feel it too much, and some days I really do feel it. So it makes me wonder, what it is. And I haven't gone to the doctor to get it x-rayed because I'm not doing that during this time. So we'll see. That's why I'm doing a lot of treadmill running. So if you guys notice, that I'm running, a lot of my runs, all my runs are on treadmill. It's just because I'm taking care of the foot. It's a lot less impact on the foot than out on the trails. Goku Runner says, I have a drone. I just seem to get in trouble every time I do. Yeah, it gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety to take the drone anywhere. I tell you, because I've heard horror stories of like the drone like taking off. It ended up landing on an airport. That they pick it up and it's tracked to you, and they could take it, like find you. Like it's all kinds of nonsense. And especially around here, there's so much that can go wrong. So we'll see. We'll see. I definitely want to use it though. I definitely want to use it. And the day you see some drone footage of my running stuff, you know that what I went through to get it. So you'll appreciate it even more. Gogruna says use it. That's right. I've flown. I have a video. It's funny. I have a video of me flying my drone from the third floor of my house down the stairs just to be able to use it. And I did that and flew it through my house down the stairs. So it's very easy to manage. It's a great piece of equipment. Real Brother 32, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Slow and steady with that foot. You don't need any medical mishap. That's right. I'm taking it easy. I am taking it easy. I do get the comment on travel all the time, like, all right, calm down, But I am taking it easy. Again, that's why I'm not running in the Wave Inspire 60 anymore, because I got like 350 something miles on it, and I know it's kind of crushed out, so I'm not running in that anymore. I'm running the Brooks and the lot more cushioned shoe and on the treadmill. So I'm really taking a lot of the impact out, and I'm purposely running with the midfoot to heel foot strike, which is killing. Like it's definitely put a different workout on my leg. My legs are sore today from doing that. I ran 10 miles with a different foot strike than is a natural one for me. So you guys got to think, and I did that for 31 miles. So you think I got a little bit of a crazy streak in my mind. I ran 31 miles hitting my foot in a different spot than it's natural. So I had to think about that the whole time. That makes me kind of wonder about myself. Real Brother 32 says FAA wants people to get clearance to use drones in recreational settings now. Unfortunately, doing well. Just so you were live. Yeah, I slept on this one. This was my fault. So like after the last stream, I was like, hey, I'm going to send out the reminder, because you guys know I usually send it out days in advance, and so you guys can put the reminders on. I know people are busy and it's kind of scheduling time to go to sit down. But but I get home this afternoon and I'm like, where's the, because it sits in the live section as upcoming, and then I just open that up and connect everything. Like there was nothing there. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I didn't create the holder for it to send out the reminder, so it was late. So that's my fault. So I'm going to do that tonight. I'll make sure I'll send the next one for Friday, and that way everyone can kind of click on the reminder so that you get the reminder, because I don't know what YouTube does. What do you guys think about the purple back there? Got the lights back there, a little accent back there, a little separation from me. Production value, that's for you guys. This coffee's for me, that's for you guys right back there. Arlene says Mountain Outhouse, did I read that right? And I Run Far are also good channels. That's right. I Run Far comments on my channel. That's right. Both good channels. I can't, I'm like stuttering now. And this is just coffee. I Run Far. The name sticks out because I see the comments. I think I've seen the Mountain Outhouse. Robert says, LOL. Frank says Tuesdays and Fridays, 5 p.m. Eastern. Right, that is right. So right now, during the pandemic, it's Tuesdays and Fridays. I would love to do every day, but my wife killed me, and it's a little bit too much. You don't want to look at this mug every single day, and then I just end up sitting here talking to you about nonsense, like right now. But I don't want to create that kind of stress on myself and all of you. So I think 2 days is good. I hope you guys think 2 days is good. I can't do Kofuzi style where I'm doing 2 times a day. I know he does that because he's got a large audience around the world, so he's trying to help everyone get a chance to talk. So, and it's helping him kind of pad the content. Thomas Tubb said much better. Oh, you like the purple? Did you guys? So that reminds me. Did you guys see in the last video that I did on the long run? I had everything set up, so I always come down and I reset up, because we use this workout area. It's not just a full-time studio all the time, but I do use it as a studio. But everything kind of gets pushed over. And I'm sitting here, I got everything ready, I'm filming the video, and I look up, and the purple light's not on. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, the background's dark, and like because the background was so dark, it was making everything dark, and I'm trying not to use a ton of light, and it was disheartening to me. The continuity gets to me. I'm complaining to my wife. She looks at me like I'm crazy because I cannot stand the continuity being off in the video. But I figured you guys will be kind. So if you haven't seen that video, it's a good one about the long run. I talk about the purpose of the long run, my philosophy about the long run, because it's a question I get all the time. Sorry, I'm running my fingers through my hair. I got this crazy pandemic COVID-19 hair where I keep shaving it up on the sides, and now it's just all over the place. Purple, so Vegetable Goes Off said purple is a touch of class. Exactly. It's regal. Only the best. Only the best for the Motivation Theory Run Club. Thomas Top said, I know people that drink out of coffee mugs and not coffee. They sneak a little bit of the adult beverage in there. This is not. This is really just coffee. My wife actually asked me because I was bringing down a beer to sit and talk with you guys, and she's like, well, why do you gotta have a beer? Like, why are you drinking a beer on the live stream? I'm like, it's a thing. I don't know. So I got eyes on me. So it's just coffee today, and I ran out of beer and haven't gotten more. So Fridays is the beer. Fridays your drink, adult beverage, and we'll sit and have adult beverages and have adult conversations that are PG-13. I don't want to get demonetized. Real Brother 32 says, John, what kind of software are you using for the Yeti mic? Or is it just YouTube Studio? I'm just running this straight into my computer, into OBS Streamlabs. I'm not doing anything else. I got a low budget. I got the mic into my laptop. I got all my lights and everything, but it's just straight into my laptop. I'm not using any kind of capture card or amps or anything like that. It's this Yeti mic. It's probably like the first version of this one too. It's not even like the newest version of it. So yeah, that's it. Low budget. And well, no, I'm not going straight into Studio. Just so you know, I'm going straight into Streamlabs, OBS, and then that's connecting to YouTube. And I'm looking at my phone right now. So you guys see why I'm looking down. I'm looking at my phone. After I started thinking about I'm going to review websites, I can't see the chat, so I had to have a way to read the chat too. So Real Brother 32 says, Thomas Top, at my cigar lounge, everyone has a coffee cup, but no coffee. That's right. Smoking cigars and having coffee. That's right. I'm going to have to make my way over there. I have to go grab Mark, and every time I call Mark, he's either just been there or he's going there. Good for him. Glad he's getting to hang out. But Brother 32 says, my OBS settings are all over the place. LOL. Thanks for that. I have the same mic. Yeah, this mic is used a lot. I bought this several years ago, and then I just started seeing it everywhere. And it's a USB-based mic. It's not a high-end, it's expensive mic, but it's not like one of $400 or $500 mics. But I got to justify it. I have not streamed a ton. I used to stream a lot for you now, and a little bit here and there on YouTube. But now that we got the Motivation Theory Running Club, and I have some folks who would like to come out and hang out for a little while, that's why I'm just sticking with what I got, because it works. I can go high end and go through all this stuff, but I don't have a permanent place to put everything. I need to be light and easy, quick, in and out. Looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to meet you in person. I think I went over 6:06. Again, like I always say, I like to be respectful for all of your time. I think I'm going to wrap it up. This was a good one. So if you missed the beginning part, you can go back and look at all of the running channels and running content type channels, the documentary style channels, and all the ones that everyone else brought up. The people I pull a lot of value from. I appreciate all of you sitting here hanging out with me. This is fun. I'm really glad I started to do this. This was the third edition called Lap 3. So the next one will be Lap 4. So if you guys don't understand that, I'm doing laps. I don't want to do edition and other things. We're going to do our own thing here. So the next one will be Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, same place, same bat station. And thank you all. I appreciate it. You rock. And look for big numbers this week. I'm going to try to crank out some big numbers running this week. We'll see what happens. I don't want to get too amped up and then not be able to fulfill. Frank says, thanks, John. I appreciate it. You guys rock. Make sure you go watch the video. It's actually doing really well on the long run. Go watch that. And then watch all the rest of the videos I've ever made. And then come tell me about it. That will be homework. I'll be grading it. I will be. So don't try to sneak through here and act like you tell me you did and you didn't. My brothers and my friends, be safe and be blessed. That's right. Be safe, be blessed, and stay healthy. And I will see you Friday. Take care, everyone. Bye. I'm going to awkwardly act like you guys can't see me and hear me right now as I try to find the tab with live streaming. So take care, everybody. Bye.